On the second day of Christmas, I gave my viewers this, a live streaming. I don't know how to rhyme that. So, whew. All right. So with the kids all day, went out, rode bikes, cleaned the house a little bit. Didn't get all the cleaning I wanted done. No game day, sadly. Tomorrow is a game day. That'll be fun. Today is a boring day. So just getting a few things done. I'll probably do a few videos. I got the new Discordant Stars in. The fan-made expansion for Twilight Imperium. We've played it twice. I'm going to do like a mini review on it. And then one more video, edit those today. But yeah, it's going to be a light day today. I wish I could play some games, but there's no one to play games with today or tonight. So sad stuff. Just me and two little goofballs who are going to play, I guess. They got tons of toys, too many toys, so many toys. I forgot to throw away the old toys, but I'll do that later. All the old toys I'm going to throw away when they go to sleep. But anyway, so here I am in the middle of the day. Unlike days I don't stream, but I'm off for the rest of the year. So that means the rest of this week and the first 2 days of the next week. So hello, everyone. Happy Life Day. That's right. Second day of Christmas here. So I thought I'd do like a little stream. I don't know. I know Friday I probably won't be able to. Well, maybe that night I got nothing going on. I don't know. Maybe do some streams for the 12 days of Christmas. And got a new diet written out that I'm going to try out. I am going to try to go back to the gym because now that the kids are getting a little bit older, I feel like I can go to the gym and the house won't burn down without me. You got Legacy Book One Omnibus. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. What other gifts did you get? I got it shirts. Shirt and another I love flannel, but I have a million of these brown red ones. I have a million of them, burnt orange. I said how about yellow or purple? Those were the two ones I wanted. And my sister goes, okay, I'll get you them. And then she texts back, is there any other colors you like? I went, well, I guess blue. I only had like one blue one, so she got me blue, and she wouldn't get me yellow, and she wouldn't get me purple. There's a bright orange one that I thought was kind of neat, but and a black and white one. Excuse me, there's a black and white one I liked. Well, I thought was good, but she got me the blue one. All right, so I have two blue now, but they refused to get me the yellow or the orange. Or yellow or the purple. I gave that to my wife too, and she was not going to get me that. My mom got me two of my dress shirts that I needed. Nice ones too. Got some new shoes, even though I didn't ask for shoes, but that's okay. Now I got 3 pairs of shoes. One I bought on Black Friday. The other pair I got last Christmas and didn't start wearing until like a few months ago. Until my other pair, I got 2 shoes for Christmas. So I wore them out for like 9 months and then switched them out. And the other ones aren't really broken in, but those ones I got for last Christmas, those are going to be my mowing shoes again. So those will be my work shoes. They'll last another year or so like that. And then when I run out of these shoes, the shoes I got, then I'll put on the other shoes I just got. Flannels are very nice. I love flannel. But like I said, I got a million of these. I got like 8 of these type. The brown, reddish, burnt orange, mixed colors. I got a billion of these. I said, please don't give me that color. Something else. Who's my favorite president? I don't know. What, Reagan, I guess, in my lifetime? Overall? Gosh, that's a good question. Overall. Who would I like overall? I don't know who I'd like overall. I'd have to think about that. That's a really good question. But anyway, what was the other thing? I got the same board game twice. I didn't think my sister didn't sound like she was interested, so I gave it to my wife. But then I gave my wife another one, and I said, hey, I didn't even give this one to my sister, but I don't think she'll get either. Well, my wife bought the other one, so now I got 2 copies of the same game. You can't return them, so it's okay, though. It's okay. That's my fault. So there's one other game I wanted to get that I didn't, but that's okay. And I thought George Washington's a good pick. I thought about George Washington. Military general, though, probably good and military leader, did not want to be president, though, was a thing with George. And he was the best because he was the first and everything he did in battle. But a lot of times generals aren't the best presidents. So I'm hesitant to pick George Washington, even though that is a good pick. That is a good pick. So I don't really, man, that's a great question, though. That's a great question. I enjoy me some Teddy Roosevelt. I'm leaning Teddy. I'm leaning Teddy if we're going, all through. Teddy may win. Yeah, walks off to carry a big stick, locking it in, Teddy Roosevelt. He did a lot of great things, too. And the reason we have the teddy bear. True story. He wouldn't get, they tied a little cub to a tree for him to shoot because he liked to shoot, but he didn't have time to go hunting. But he refused to shoot the cub. And so they called it Teddy's Bear. And then this happened in North Mississippi, I think, and they started making the first teddy bear. So neat little history there. No, that's the reason he's my favorite president. That's how we got teddy bears. Boom. Name another president who gave a classic toy like that. I saw one on like the worst presidents ever, and there's a few. There's a few that I feel he missed. But there's a few he got right, too. It's funny you should mention that. I was looking up president stuff not too long ago. Do you like Legacy Comics? Yeah. I've read the Legacy Comics. I was a big, when they talk about online that there's a bunch of fans before it came out who were against it, that was me. I was totally against it. I thought it was a terrible idea. And then after a while, I warmed up to it after like the first couple of issues. I went, oh, wow, this is really good. And I ended up loving it. I ended up loving the entire series. It's a great series. If someone were to say that was their favorite, I wouldn't argue. I think I love Dark Empire probably first. I love, very close, Knights of the Republic. Oh, that's a great one. And of course I love another one I love is Tales the Jedi Knights. Is that right? Yeah. Wait, that's not it. Yeah. Is that it? I can't think of it right now. Tales of Jedi Knights. I love that one too. But Legacy is up there. It's probably a top 5 behind all those. Yeah. Tales of the Jedi is what it was. And then that one. Yeah. So I think that would be it. I think. Thank you, Adam. I will not shoot my eye out with the Red Rider. Appreciate that. And by the way, our friend Geeks Addict said we should do a stream sometime. Yet he's never available. He cracks me up. At least he said Merry Christmas. What president do you think would be the biggest EU fan? Oh, geez, none of them in recent. Oh no, Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan probably. He enjoyed a lot of pop culture more than others did. Growing up with the sequels almost killed your love. I'm glad it didn't. Hey, Teresa, Merry Christmas. 2 turtle doves. That's right. Tales of the Jedi is amazing. And to be honest, since my reread, that the what's it called? What's the ending called that Kevin Jansen wrote years later? Redemption. My brain is gone right now. Redemption is a good comic book series, but I feel like the original ending is better. And I still love Redemption. I still think it's great. I feel the only thing that's rushed, I wish that he and Vima, Sunrider, they could have had more training. We could have had more comics of them learning, her learning lessons, from him. Just kind of grow Ulick Qel-Droma and Vima's relationship. And I know they were limited to however many, was it 5 issues, 6 issues, whatever it was. But if they could have expanded that for a few more issues, I think that would have been awesome. So that's the only thing really bad with it. But then I thought that, you know what? I like the original ending better after reading them. You say Legacy #1. Can't argue with that. Legacy and Tales of the Old Republic, no, Knights of the Old Republic, have something in common in that there is no boring character. Every character you're excited to see or hear about. It's a tribute to John Ostrander's writing and John Jackson Miller's writing, but they're all the characters are just great. Tales of Jazz, good. Republic, yeah, Republic's a good one, especially during the Clone Wars. I argue that it put out some of the best work during the Clone Wars. Republic was at its top; it was at its peak. So Republic's a good one too. X-Wing had its moments, but I think the comic book failed overall. Even though it did have its good, the Making of Baron Phil is an excellent comic book. Boba Fett one-shots are really good. Oh, Dark Times is really good. I really enjoy Dark Times. Maybe 6 for me on the list there because I really enjoy Dark Times. Crimson Empire, the first one, would be on there, but each time if you put it all together jointly, 2 and 3 really had no purpose of being there, and 2 was kind of weak sauce. And the Kirk Canos one-shot wasn't really that special. If it would have just been its own 6-series issue, that'd been great. But considering them as a whole, it may make the top 10. It may make the top 10 if you consider the series as a whole. For comic books, I believe you need to think of the whole series there. So parts 1, 2, and 3. But Crimson Empire was great as a one-part storyline. Didn't need any other parts to it. How to rank the X-Wing novels? I have no idea. That's hard. That's hard. I don't know. I seriously do love them all, except for what was the last one by Aaron Austin? That was the only weak one. That was the only one. And I read it again. When I reread it, I thought maybe I'll appreciate it more. And I felt like it had its moments. Scott, was that his name? Scott or Scout? No, I think it was Scott. Was a really good character. That this one's revolving around Piggy was a good choice too. And there's some good scenes in there too. But man, overall, it just didn't feel like Rogue Squadron. It just didn't feel like Rogue Squadron. It didn't hold it because those books they're so high on a pedestal for me. Every single one is solid. I don't think any of them were shortfalling except for the last one. Hello, everyone. You've read Philip Pullman's Northern Lights. What's your opinion? If you've read them. I have not read them. His Dark Materials trilogy. I've not read them. No, actually, I haven't even heard of those before. So thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, Crimson Empire dragged out and entirely too long. It should have been just gone that first 6-part story arc, 6-issue story arc, and been done. And it'd have been perfect. Tales of Jedi did not get all. I mean, Tales of Jedi is very solid. Like it doesn't lag anywhere, which I thought it would. But I was really, even in that 2-part Freedon Nad, 2-part storyline, that was even good. So I don't know. There's just what comic book should have stopped while it was ahead? That's a good question. Dark Times lagged a little bit, but then ended up pretty well. X-Wing just went nowhere. It's so sad. X-Wing could have been so good. Austin could have talked about some of the pilots that were on X-Wing Rogue Squadron at the beginning of the first novel. Like maybe they're rookies now and they're cutting their teeth. And it'd be great if it ended where the book picked up, which I heard originally was his idea, but it just went off the rails. It's so weird. Like, who I can't remember who it was, but we talked about great authors who made one bad story, and I feel like Michael Stackpole was pretty much perfect until he wrote the X-Wing Rogue Squadron books, comic books, which just weren't that good. They just weren't. They had its moments, like I said, but just weren't that good. Well, I didn't mention that for Stackpole. Stackpole's misstep was iJedi. That was a total miss, in my opinion. But everyone knows that of me. Yeah, we want these stories adapted, but not under Disney, right? Yeah. Yeah, Dark Empire 2, I didn't feel it dragged on. I actually liked it. When it first came out, I felt like, oh, man, no World Devastators. But the thing is, when I'm reading it as a whole, I don't even think Empire's End, even though it was rushed, I don't think it was necessarily bad. And I remember thinking that, like, wow, only 2 issues? That's weird. I didn't know the story that was going on behind it. And, but I still thought it was good. But no, I kind of like 2. I really like 2. No, I mean, first one's best, but though if they lose us, they're like maybe a step in between them. 1, 2, and 3. There's really, I think the quality upheld. Even in a 2-part issue story, Empire's End, it landed. It wasn't a perfect 10 landing, as they say in gymnastics. They stumbled a little bit, but that's because they had to get it rushed and put out in under 2 issues, which 6 issues would have really helped flesh out the story a little bit more. But for what they were given, it was still a good ending, in my opinion. Oh, you think 3 was terrible from the start? Wow. See, I just didn't see that. Favorite one of the 6 Dark Time story arcs? Oh, gosh. I don't know. What was the one where Bomo, his whole family dies, right? They all die. It's dark. It's a dark ending. Was that the second arc story? It's been so long. I can't remember the arcs, but that arc was awful, right? When his whole family's taken from. Am I remembering that right? I remember that was way darker than what I thought it was. I mean, it does say Dark Times, to be fair. But yeah, there's some good moments. Dark Times is underrated. It's never talked about. And I would seriously say it's probably my number 6 comic book as I'm thinking these through. The Bomo one is the first one. Yeah, it was super good. Super good. Well, Admiral Screed, you and I and a handful of people believe I, Jedi was bad. A lot of people like I, Jedi, and I'm not going to fault them for it, but I love the Jedi. If you like the Jedi Academy trilogy, you're going to hate I, Jedi. And then if you hate the Jedi Academy trilogy, you're going to love I, Jedi. So that tells you right there that I, Jedi either ruins or fixes the trilogy for you. Just depends on where your opinion is. I found one of the stickers on the chair. I buy these, there's like those, what are these called? These little fold-out chairs, lifetime chairs. I don't know. They're made of a material that's firm, but doesn't make your butt hurt when you sit on them forever. And they're like $20 at Sam's Club. And so whenever I get enough points, I just get one for free. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these now. So unless there's 2 chairs behind that. No, I have 4. I'm trying to get a, well, hold on. I should have 5. 1, 2, 3. Maybe there's a 4th one down. Yeah, there's 2. Okay. That's the 5th one I got. So, because if I get one more, when we play an 8-player game, I will have enough comfy chairs for everyone to sit in. Even though some people start standing, because the old metal chairs, they're rough on your back after a while, rough on your booty sitting down. So people will stand. I'll stand a lot. Everyone likes to stand during Twilight Imperium. But with these chairs, they're a lot more comfier. So when we play 8 players, only one person will have to sit in the middle of the chair, and that'll be the youngest person. Make them suffer. I get the nice cushy chair here. And then I got another cushy chair that I'm going to loan out so one other person will have to sit on the cushy chair. And then everyone else gets the nicer chairs, and only one person gets the renter until I get enough points to get another one. You like both. What? Oh, you like both. Urchin, you like Jedi Academy and Jedi. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. Not just disagree, but you could even say you're wrong, Matt. I like both. I just figured from what I've heard from everyone, Urchin, that's it. If you love the Jedi Academy trilogy, you hate I, Jedi. And what I've noticed, if you love I, Jedi, people hate the Jedi Academy trilogy, or they don't think it's that good. That's what I've always seen. But there you go. Stand corrected. Yeah, Star Wars Republic is good. It's really good. Sometimes it's blah. So that's why it wouldn't be in my top. I don't know if it'd be a top 10. I mean, man, you just look at the Clone Wars alone. That'd be tough. But it did have its blah moments. It did have its, we're coasting through, not just your floater story, but just some of the arcs weren't as interesting as others. But when they were good, they were great. They were excellent. Excellent. It might be a top 10 for me. Near the bottom, 7, 8, 9. Probably. Okay, so Republic. What else did I say? I said Dark Times. Crimson Empire may be on there. I know if I combine all the Boba Fett one shots, they'd be on there. Is there another series? I don't think X-Wing would make it on there. Is there another series that I think as a whole, even miniseries, because that's what we had a lot. The Darth Vader ones, no. I'll have to think about that. I'm sure there's one. I need to look through my collection. I'm sure there's some. What's my favorite Star Wars movie? My favorite Star Wars movie, it changes all the time, but it's Return of the Jedi right now. I like the perspective that every other month Luke has to put down another apprentice, fall into the dark side. He's like used to it. It's like, oh man, another one. It's like pruning the fruit, and when the fruit goes bad, you just got to throw it away, and that's what Luke's doing. I have the Dark Horse Comic Companion. I agree. I think it's really awesome. It's really good. Those companions, by the way, I bought them back in the day, and I didn't think much of it. I just something to add to my collection. But reading over them, they dig into it way deeper than the comic book goes, and it's beautiful, beautiful, well worth it. Merry Christmas, Melissa. Merry second day of Christmas. Favorite Republic arc? Anything in the Clone Wars era. Battle of Jabim pops up number one, but there were tons of them. There were tons of good moments, mainly in the Clone Wars era, though. KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic as a comic book, perfect. It's unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. Even the second time reading it through, I probably loved it even more the second time reading it through. Now, Knights of the Republic War is unfortunate, right? Because it just doesn't feel like our characters. It's our same characters. They're grown now. But the main storyline, the love, it's like someone else took the franchise and made another, direct to DVD sequel. Does that make sense? It wasn't bad, but it felt like the magic was gone. That 50-issue story arc was over, and that's really what we cared about, that one point in time in Zane Carrick's life. But it still wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Return of the Jedi is it used to be A New Hope. For the longest, it was A New Hope. Like as a kid, I always told people it was A New Hope because I loved just the Luke Skywalker as a farm boy going to fight the Death Star. It just felt classic to me, where the other ones were continuations of a story. And after a few years, my love for the Ewoks overwhelmed me. And I still have a love. My son got a stuffed Ewok. They're the scented stuffed animals. You stuff a scent bag in it. And it's called the Light Side of the Force was his scent bag. It's watermelon. It's like watermelon mint or something like that. I hate it. I hate the smell, or maybe cantaloupe or honeydew. It smells like a melon and some mint, and I hate the smell. But it goes inside the doll. So I'm thinking maybe we can get a new bag and a new smell for that Ewok. But my little boy, he goes, he smelled good, Daddy. So he loves him. Merry Christmas, Michael. Did you play games? I'm not playing games today. This is why Michael needs to move to Louisiana. Forget about your life, Michael. You need to be more unselfish and think about me and what's best for me. Someone sent me a text the other day saying, Matt, have you played Foundations of Rome? It's an amazing game. And I sent him a video back with Foundations of Rome in the background. I went, I'll have to check that game out. But he loved it. He loved Foundations of Rome. Tomorrow I am playing games. Queen's Gambit, Marrakesh, and Campaign Trail were the three he requested. And if we have time for more, we'll play more. Although usually he never has time. But I'm fine playing whatever he wants. You like Revenge of the Sith? Okay, that's fair. I mean, you're probably from that time where you grew up watching the prequels, I imagine. And Revenge of the Sith would have been your favorite one. That makes sense. Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, number 2. Empire Strikes. And by the way, everyone picks Empire Strikes Back as their number 1. I'm fine with that. I think it is a solid. My brother picks Empire Strikes Back as his favorite one. That is a great movie. I do not hate Empire Strikes Back. I know I just realized I said I picked Return of the Jedi and probably New Hope second. But that doesn't mean I'm not like, Empire Strikes Back is overrated. No, I think it's fantastic. I think the original trilogy, any original trilogy, in my opinion, beats the prequels. Now, remember, I'm older. Someone who is, what would you be? 10 years? 10 years younger than me? 20 years younger? 20 years younger, you wouldn't really remember the prequels that much. So maybe 10 years younger, you may have a different opinion. Younger people would have a different opinion than me, and that's fine. Like I said, people who are 10 years older than me hate Return of the Jedi. They hate the Ewoks. I get it. It's a generational thing. Luke isn't a Mary Sue. Luke isn't a Mary Sue. He has his story arc in 1, but in 2 he loses. And 3 he gets too proud and has to, loses an arm going after. Not lose arm in Empire, but then in 3 he has to learn from that and grow. And of course he wins at the end. But he's not all powerful. He couldn't take on the Emperor by himself. So, I would say no. And even in the books, Luke was always super hesitant he was overpowered in the expanded universe, but he was always, Dark Empire impacted him so much that he was so scared of going to the dark side, he wouldn't do anything. It's like someone who is, they had a car accident. So now instead of, they don't drink and drive anymore. They don't drive at night, but now they won't even touch a car. Well, that's an overreaction, right? So I feel like Luke had an overreaction to going to the dark side. Overreaction, killing millions of people with the world devastators, but allowing those people to die, I should say. But at the same time, he overreacts and he retreats from anything that looks any smell or whiff of the dark side. He retreats, which is why the New Jedi Order got out of hand quickly. Wow, the Vong invasion took out because Luke should have nipped it in the bud right then and there and stopped the invasion. He could have stopped. The whole time I was reading it the first time, that's exactly what I thought. But then I realized that was Luke's Achilles heel. He's overprotective of himself about going over to the dark side again. He's too hesitant. It's like the guy who's scared to go outside of his house anymore. Daddy. You got these big bear claws and you're just patting the bunny. You don't know what to do. What reference is that? What movie reference is that? What, Bubba? Help you do what? Open that up? Bring it to me. Oh my goodness. I'm so far behind. I didn't even realize how far behind I am. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Some good comics. Obsession is really good. I agree with that. Jango Fett Open Seasons, another great one. Yeah, Tales of Jedi. Darth Maul. Darth Maul was really good. Man, the original Marvel comic books and classic Star Wars. Oh, there's a big part of me that probably would put both of those in. I am a big fan. And I love all the videos that have been coming out over the past few years on those series. I think they're very good. Okay. Stab away from you, Matt, when you're doing a big, scary knife. My knife is coming loose, but there's a little screw in here that I need to tighten up. Hey, oh, never mind. Oh, no, what happened? Did I hit my camera off? What happened? Oh, no. I lost my camera. Did I cut the cord? Hold on. I didn't cut this cord. I didn't get near this cord. What happened? Hold on. I'll try to get my camera back on. Wow. That's a big fail there. Here you go, girls. It's off. Come get it.
What about the people?
Looks like your camera got unplugged. Well, howdy doody time. All right, hold on. Start the cam. There. I don't know. Maybe it got pulled out somehow. All right. A New Hope and The Phantom Menace flip-flop for me. Okay. Favorite movie is Return of the Sith. Michael says, yes, Matt, I will move down. How dare I be so selfish and think of myself? Why not just uproot my whole family, my entire life, just to play board games with you? I think that's very wise. Michael. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, again, I'm a little misty here, so maybe I couldn't see that comment. I'm pretty sure that's what you said or what you meant by that. Okay. Oh, I'm totally fine with different opinions, different tastes, and stuff like that. Like I know someone got mad at me about my Clone Wars takes lately on Dave Filoni because some people watching him, a lot of people watching him, love the Clone Wars series. Okay, overall, remember, it doesn't matter what I think. So it's what you think. I'm just giving my opinion. Is my opinion make it true? No, it just makes it my opinion. And I love that people are like, well, Matt, hold on, let me defend this. That's fine. I don't agree with you. But if you love it and give me the reasons why, I'm fine with that. Like on the website, every single person who has submitted a story to me saying, Matt, I want to write a defense of Crystal Star or whatever, please go ahead. If any of you right now, I'll put down the challenge right now. If any of y'all want to send me articles on stuff that I didn't like, that you love, and the reason why, I'll post on the website. I'll post on the website immediately. That'll go up. But anyway, because I like hearing different opinions. I don't agree. Like someone who, the person, Maxine, who wrote the Crystal Star thing, I say, hey, great article. Totally disagree. Like Matt versus Meg, the series I did on the website a year ago with Meg from Meg Reviews. And I think I may be seeing her tonight. I think we're recording something tonight. I don't know. She's hard to get a hold of, especially now. She's been pretty busy. But I loved when we were talking about the difference of opinion. I was defending the Bantam novels to her, and then I was attacking her views on New Jedi Order too. And I had a fun time. And I think sometimes I really did convince her that I was right. But overall, I don't care. I don't care. It's her opinion. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean it's wrong at all. Oh, geez, I'm totally lost here. I don't know where I am. Oh, here we go. Melissa, I see your list there. Thank you. Hey, OG, you just did a stream. Laura just did a stream. I was watching it while the kids were biking. We were at the park. So I had my headphones in. I was listening to you as they were biking around in circles. And then it started raining. So I got to catch up on it looks like the last 20 minutes I had to bail on. Because when it started raining, I had to get them in so I could get the bikes in there, drive back. So, and we fed them lunch, and that was been it. So I need to watch that. Laura Stone, I will be seeing at Legends Con this year. Legends Con happens in March. Look out, it's around the corner now. Lots of exciting things to talk and people to see. I was just talking to someone about convincing him to go. I'm still working on him. I don't know if I will get him to come. In fact, I believe for a while I was winning the battle. Now it looks like I'm losing the battle. So I'm using my perfect charm to get him to come back. I'm not saying he will or not, but I'm keeping it a secret until he agrees. I want him to announce it. But I'm losing the battle of him coming now. I feel I am. So anyway, it's up and down. Let's see. I love Luke's story in the New Republic era. Yes, I do too. I love it. Placing all of a sudden he makes mistakes. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Urshan, with that. Hey. There. We're still opening up toys. There's a billion unopened toys here. I need to get a garbage bag to throw this crap away. Yeah, Gray, who says, for me as an older guy in my 50s, yeah, I laugh at the Ewoks a bit, but it still works. For me, Empire was the best. Yes, I get that. But Gray, don't you? And again, the Ewoks were made for me. I'm about 10 years. I don't know, Gray. I don't know. I may be 5 years. Are you young 50s? I'm not close from 50, but I'm Twilight 40s right now. But anyway. But when I hear people that are a little bit older than me that say, "Oh yeah, I love, I hate the Ewoks. I think they're stupid." I got real mad at that. But then I realized, wait a minute, when you were watching in theaters, you were 16 years old. You were like high school senior, getting out, maybe new in college, And back when Empire came out, you were right there in your prime, either mid-teenager or younger years going, wow, Empire. I've never seen something this dark before. This is not how I thought Star Wars would go, and it got better for me. It subverted my expectations in a proper way. And that's why everyone, and I again, that's not the only reason people like Empire. Empire is a great film all the way through. I'm not going to argue which one of those original trilogies are the best. But then I definitely can see when they walk into Return of the Jedi and they're thinking, this is going to be like Empire. And it's not. In fact, George Lucas turns the dial back a little bit and tries to catch those kids because he wants to sell space teddy bears. That is 100% true. Okay? 100% true. Make space teddy bears work was the directive given. And for a kid, it worked. For us kids, it worked. It made him billions of dollars in merchandise, but it didn't appeal to the older fan base. And I can see that. I can definitely see that. So. Hello, Josh the nerd. It's very logical, Michael. You're the one that's illogical. Episode 1 is his favorite from the prequel trilogy. Really? I don't know which one's my favorite from the prequels. Episode 1 drags a little bit here and there. I don't know. They all have great moments, though. They all have great moments. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever ranked the prequels. Have I? I don't know how I'd rank those. I'd have to see them again.
You got it. Okay. You're going to hold it too. Right?
As someone who loves the Clone Wars, I really want to hear your opinions from someone who doesn't like it. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Are you talking about Dave Filoni's Clone Wars, Josh the nerd? Here's the thing. When I'm doing my rewatch of Filoni's Clone Wars, I'm being dead honest. If I like something, I'll say it. But toward the end, like the first couple of seasons were good. But then that series should have stopped after season 3, I feel. And it still would be treated as a good series. But it kept going. And I felt like the stories just got worse. Not that everything was bad. There'd be a good story here and there. But for me, it just wasn't. Now, the thing is, again, it could be, I keep going back to this generational gap. It could be a generational gap because here's the thing. Someone goes, are you going to be this harsh when Ewoks, the cartoon, comes up? No, because that was made for kids. I don't think Filoni was targeting kids. He was targeting the teenage, the adult. It has some youthful things, but people die. And that Clone Wars is a lot darker. It's not just for kids. It's obviously not for kids. So I have to grade it on a harder scale. I will do the same thing for Tartakovsky's Clone Wars too. But when it comes to the Droid and Ewoks comic book cartoons that came out in the 80s, dude, those were for straight children. So no, I'm not going to judge them on a much higher level. It's like taking a children's book here and saying, "Oh, this is nothing like James Luceno's." What? Why would you compare the two? So I'm a little bit harsher to it. But the thing is, though, again, when it pops up overall, like we are for a more civilized age next year. We are going to bring the Clone Wars into perspective. I'm going to bring some Clone Wars supporters. I already have one who's guaranteed to come back. And then another one I really want who's been on the channel before and want him back. And we'll debate Clone Wars, why we hate or love it. Filoni's Clone Wars, to be specific. So that'll be fun. But again, remember, and that's what I love about a more civilized age, because everyone, I know a lot of people don't like Ryan, but if you've noticed on that show, when Meg, who's on there because she watches and reads new canon stuff, that's the reason she's there. When she says, I didn't think Acolyte was that bad, I'm going to give it a shot. I liked the first 2 episodes. I thought it was okay. If you notice, Ryan's reaction wasn't like, you shield, he didn't blow up. He didn't get mad at it. He said, okay. I mean, because overall, when it's all said and done, we're all civilized people. You can have a civilized debate on whether something's good or bad without screaming at each other, without calling people names. And a lot of people don't think that of Ryan. Ryan Kennel, that's what I'm talking about. But yet, when you see it on the show, that's who he is. That's who he is. By the way, I was going to get in a little bit of trouble. Maybe. There's a few YouTubers that I was going to try to get back on that haven't been on in years for Christmas Eve. And I was going to call it The Ghost of Christmas Past and have a bunch of old YouTubers that no one has really seen or heard from that much anymore, because I still have their contact and I still keep up with them, and bring them back on this channel. I'm not going to say who, because I may say that for later, but I thought that'd been hilarious to get, because one of them, I had talked about doing it and they had agreed, but that was like months ago. And they said, well, let me just look at my schedule, but that would be funny, because they quit YouTube. And I was like, I would love for you to come back just for this one thing. And they said, maybe. So we didn't get to do it because I got in way too late on Christmas Eve night. We had my wife's family does Christmas Eve, and we got in way too late. Then we had to put together my wife did not put together any of the bicycles, which I thought they were all put together, but one was not. Then a little ATV battery operated thing for a little minute wasn't put together. So we spent 4.5 hours from 10 p.m. when we finally put the big girls to bed and finally got into bed, because we got in about 9:30. 4.5 hours, 2:30 when we went to bed, because she had to, we had to wrap presents after that too, because she forgot to wrap a bunch of presents, and I still need to wrap like 3 presents. Not happy. She wasn't either. But anyway, I may do that another time. Filoni's a decent artist, not a decent writer. Maybe so.
I don't know if I can get it. So hard to get it.
Yeah, it was a short one. I didn't know how long it was going to go. Like I said, I was listening to it while I was watching the girls go. And then when I felt that first drop, I stopped. I was like looking around. I was like, I was like, I got to go. We got to get, because I didn't want to get caught in the rain. It didn't rain hard. It drizzled a little bit. Well, I don't like Ahsoka either, which is one of the main things. That somebody goes, oh, you're just biased against Ahsoka. Did I not say in the video that whenever Ahsoka's on the screen, I'm going to hate it because I don't like Ahsoka? And that, yeah, you could say, yes, that's a bias. I don't doubt that's a bias, but I'm just saying, I just don't like her. I just don't. The one reason is she is forced down our throats that you must like her. She is. Don't you see all these other characters who like her? It's like Finn in the New Jedi Order comic book. What was the comic book called now? It's so bad, I forgot the subtitle. But anyway, that New Jedi Order, they wanted you to like Finn, their main character. The twins loved him. Luke loved him. Leia loved him. Don't you love him? You're trying to force your audience to accept a character without really giving that character any likable traits. I feel like that's Ahsoka, tried and true. On your way home, 6-hour drive. Got it. You did a stream last night. I wanted to do one on Christmas, but by the time, oh no, we watched Gladiator 2. That was actually not bad. I don't know why we needed we didn't need a sequel. And I wish they would have just called it something else. Just call it something else and don't have it relate to, I think the times where it was bad was when it tried to refer back to the first movie. Just do your own thing. I thought the battles were fun. I thought it was there was a lot of fun movie. It was a fun storyline. Everything was good. But it was like it was force fed as a sequel, and it shouldn't have been. It did make me want to go back and watch Spartacus, though. You still have unopened presents. My wife, the last 2 Christmas presents I've gotten her from last year and 2 years ago, still in the box. Never been opened. Never been opened. She wanted an espresso machine. It's still in the box from last Christmas. She wanted a Creek Cut. Still in the box from 2 years ago. Still in the box. The Canon big nice camera I gave her, still in her lampstand. She took it out, took a few pictures, and it's been in her lampstand ever since. And that's been probably 5-6 years now. She had that before we had kids, so 6 years now. Yeah, the Ewoks. I can't wait to do Ewoks and droids and Dave Filoni's Totasi's Clone Wars, and then I'm going to do the Ewok movies. But again, remember, by mid-September, if my calculations are correct, I should be done with rewatch. Do I watch the holiday special in September, or do I just put the show on hiatus until Christmas again. I don't know. After that, I plan on going to the role-playing books. Starting with West End Games, then Wizards of the Coast, and then ending on the Fantasy Flight up to the last one before they said, okay, we're done with this. We're going to go new canon now, which was the Force and Destiny stuff. Yeah, I guess it's knowing that the Ewoks could have been Wookiees. That's the other thing, right? This isn't Warhammer. Aliens can be cute in Star Wars. That's great. And again, Josh Hunter, if you're younger, you probably grew up watching those when they came out and loved them. But I was way older, and when it got stupid cheesy, I hated it. So, again, though, it's just my opinion. And what if someone said, Matt, I love Filoni's Clone Wars. Am I going to fight them? Am I going to get mad at them? No, I may laugh and say you don't have any taste. But, again, to me, that's the same as saying I like chocolate, you like vanilla, and we fight about which one is best. It's just opinions. That's what we got to remember. And I won't say who the people were. It doesn't make sense why Anakin would be forced upon apprentice where no one else was. No one else was. They give a reason, right? Because they need to get these apprentices trained, these Padawans trained for the Clone Wars. But then we never see it happen again. So, just dumb. Does Ryan watch the new canon stuff? I don't think he does anymore. I think he reports on it and by what he knows and by clips. But does Ryan still watch it? I agree, Michael. I think it's a waste of time to watch something you're going to hate. Like I said, Raging Rhino, I love the man. I absolutely adore the man. But he just wants to watch these movies and tear them up, or watch these shows and tear them apart when he knows he's going to hate them. I mean, you do what you want to with your time, but that seems like a waste of time for me. And I love Raging Rhino. But that's all he does is he watches the Star Wars shows they knows are going to suck. And he rages about them. And I guess I'd rather do other things. But to each their own. That show being a more civilized age, yes. Oh, and I'm not saying you should go watch RK Outpost. Good point. Good point. Yeah. That's not for everyone. And you don't have to watch Ryan. That's fine. You don't. He's not for everyone. But again, if you met him in like Scott Johnson, who's been on this channel in the chat before, we actually got to sit down and eat with him last year. And what was it, last year? Yeah, last October. Not this past October, but 2 Octobers ago. First off, great time. Scott Johnson is so much fun. So much fun. I feel like I owe him a life debt for going with me to Universal Studios and kind of just hanging out with me that day, because I never would have enjoyed that trip without Scott. And seeing Ryan that night was just super cool. And Ryan's super laid back. He is nothing like he is on his channel. And again, you're like, well, why wouldn't he act like that? Because that doesn't make money on a YouTube channel. Come on. And he knows it too. YouTube is where he makes his money. The algorithm forces you to make videos that get watched. Like, it wants me to make more raging against Disney. It wants me to make more defending the EU video. Those get the biggest pops. My Star Wars videos, my board game videos don't get that much love. And sometimes they get buried. I can't even look them up. You type in the board game in my name, it does not pull up. You have to go to my playlist to find it, because they just bury it, because that's not that's not what they want me to make. They want me to make the stuff that people are watching. And if you're if your income is solely on YouTube, you have to continue to make those videos. You can't get out. Like my friend Isaac, he's not trapped. He loves baseball, but all he can do is do baseball. He can start another channel, but if he wants to talk about anything else, people aren't going to watch him for that. His baseball people aren't even going to go over to that other channel because they want to hear him talk about baseball. So he is trapped in a way of just doing baseball videos to make his income. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. And I wouldn't say Ryan's trapped. Ryan's happy doing what he does. And he wants to do what he's doing. But at the same time, you got to keep doing those videos. You got to feed the algorithm to get the views, to get the clicks, to get to get the money, to make your living. I get it. I get it. As long as they're honest in admitting that, which he is, and even though I don't watch Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy is very honest in that. He is very honest. He's someone I would have on the channel if he had the time. He doesn't have the time. But again, I don't watch Geeks and Gamers. I find it far too repetitive about we hate the same thing and we have to hate it 17 times over the course of 2 weeks because that's what's getting the hits, though. That's what's getting the views. People want to hear that. We love controversy. Again, that's fine. I love controversy. I click on those videos on who hates who. We like hearing about the scandals, the beefs on the internet and stuff like that. But again, it's to each their own. So, and that you don't have to subscribe to him at all. But he is. But when you go through, if you just look at him from his channel and you see him on my show, and then you get to meet him in real life, he really is a nice guy. I'll be honest, I would meet anyone face to face now that I said that. Even people I don't like. I've said that before. People who absolutely hate me. I bet we could sit down and go to lunch and talk and have a normal conversation. I'm way too optimistic. I know. That's way too naive. Naive. That's the word. Not optimistic. Optimistic just makes me look better. I'm way too naive, I guess, in that. But I really do feel that way. The acolyte was ass. That's great. Well, Laura, again, when people come, she's talking about being, she says she is civil and oppose repoles and they end up calling her names, and yet she's the toxic one. When people wait till people meet you at Legends Con. Wait till I don't know if these people are going to be coming to Legends Con, but wait till people get to see you at Legends Con, regardless of whatever predisposed thing they have on you. Like I've heard a lot of people say, you know what, Matt, I came to this channel because I heard you were awful. I got to listen to you and I thought, well, there's nothing awful about this guy. That was a long time ago when people were hating on me a lot. But yeah, that's great. You got to know me a little bit. If you've gotten to know me in person, I think it would be even better. And if anyone feels that way about, I don't know if anyone feels that way about Laura on this channel, but if you do and you're going to Legends Con, get to meet them. Get to meet them. I've never met her, but I'm sure she's going to be great. I know Tim from Open Airlock Policy is a great guy. Talked to him today and wished him Merry Christmas. And a lot of people think he's a little rough around the edges, but I went out to dinner with him 2 years ago, I think. We had a great time. I can't wait to see him again. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. You know, he has his own opinions. He has his own things he'll say, but sitting down with him, he's just a regular guy. And to me, he is. I think they all are. Oh, I got this again. Matt, you did a live stream last night. Yeah. Did I go backwards? Hold on. A creative never retires. Well, the person I wanted back on that I talked to, this is months ago, agreed, but is not coming back anytime soon. They had to leave for personal reasons, for going on with their family and everything, so they can't do their channel anymore. I wonder if it's not something else too, because I heard this person got some hate from people. But anyway, that's beside the point. I know I would get heat from one person for bringing that person on, but I think everyone, I'm overblowing this person up, by the way. They haven't done videos in so long. I don't think a lot of people know. Some people do know. Some people know them really well, but I'm teasing. I'm teasing it here. What? Well, but that is brothers. No. Play with the toys you have. Where's Meridian? In this stream soon. Can we retire the word toxic and trolls for a moment? Sounds like people don't have to. Well, I believe it's overused. That's for sure. Toxic, trolls, woke. Sorry, it is cringe. There's a few words that I say we use sparingly, but I agree. Toxic, trolls. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Ahsoka's an organic character force on this. You didn't arrive late. I'm just doing this for funsies, but I'm so far behind the comments. I don't know if I'll Rosie the Riveter. Okay. Let me see if I can zoom through some of these comments. Clone Wars can stand on its own without Ahsoka. It can at times, yes. I will review 2003 Clone Wars next. Yeah, Urchin. And Clone Wars, they argued Anakin about being mature, but in the command, then they gave him a child to take care of all of a sudden. Yeah. Someone Oh, I didn't know everyone was guessing. It's no. I think they've been so far gone from YouTube now. Everyone's forgotten about them. Mandalorian was excessively dull. Star Wars only has a nice round on Ahsoka. I have to check it out. You got a Kickstarter game. I was supposed to get Planets Unknown in, I think this week. I think today. No, that by this weekend. It's not coming. I never even got alerted that it got shipped. It's not coming until January. I knew it wouldn't. I haven't argued with them online. I said, you guys know we're not getting this till January. I said, all shipments. They may not come at Christmas, but they will be coming by New Year's end. No, they won't. No, they won't. So I'm supposed to get it no later than this Saturday. It will not come. I promise you that. I always imagine that Ahsoka died, but I don't know what the new canon says. I think Ewoks. I can't wait to rewatch Ewoks again. Dang, I'm so far behind the comments. Still can't forgive YouTube for making questionable decisions. Yeah, it's YouTube. YouTube's trying to make their money, of course. But I'm still gonna make board game review. I'll do whatever. So I said you should do a separate channel. I don't want to keep with two channels. I'm lazy. Oh, he went to Galaxy's Edge. That's funny. He's YouTube for. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, everyone's trying to guess who it was. I really overblew this person. So I shouldn't have made a big deal out of it. Everyone's gonna be so disappointed because it's no one you picked. What about Gannon Ricehead's Last Stand? That was good. That was good. Did I catch up with the comments? Good, just in time too. I'm gonna cut this one. Well, I wouldn't say short. This is almost gone an hour now. I'm gonna cut this one now because I do have to. I'm gonna record some videos, edit them because I got nothing else going on today. And since I don't have game night or game day even here, and then get a little bit more cleaned, I got to get some stuff thrown away because now there's too many open packages everywhere, and that's a nightmare. But anyway, and the cut Fizzy, that's hilarious. Yes, you knew. I don't know. I may try to see if that person wants to come on again. You ready for your clue? Alora knows who it is. But she will have no idea either. She probably won't be able to guess either. But Alora knows the person. Probably better than anyone. Probably better than me. But anyway, y'all have a Merry Christmas. Second day of Christmas. I'll see if I can do this again. I don't know when my buddy's coming over, but if I can, I'd like to do one early in the morning that I don't do whenever I don't do streams usually. So I may do another one. That'd be fun to do one every day of Christmas, right? I can't promise that, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, have a Merry Christmas. Good rest of your week. I will see you again soon.